Wow. A cat on my bed. You're gonna see this coming. I feel like I have a visitor downstairs. Don't know why. Hello.
Hello.
There's a horse in my house.
Yes, that one's mine.
That makes sense.
Yes.
Can I help you?
I had a few questions.
I see.
Um,
I don't really have like a meeting room. I mean, we could sort of, it's just, it's the storage room, but
yes, it works. Um, well, I'll preface this by saying, I have been aware of the demon since my first day here. Dave did inform me. However, I have very little actual information on her other than anecdotal, and so I was hoping you could share anything about it. Whenever I hear her discussed, it's usually in one of three manners, which is either with caution, confusion, or annoyance.
that's about right. Yeah.
Yes, I'm just curious about it.
Yeah, that kind of tracks. I mean, how much do you know?
Well, I know something about its origins, something along the lines of it was made into a demon by another demon and destroyed two worlds and brought me here.
That's pretty much a good summary. Yeah. I mean, she asked me not to tell you about her, but she didn't say I couldn't tell you. Well, she asked me not to tell you that she was here, I guess, but not that I couldn't tell you about her. So
I see.
so that's probably fine. But yeah, to my understanding, which may not be complete, but she is the result of a defusion, I suppose, between
Yes.
the good and evil states of a previous player here, I guess, a
Yes.
previous person in this world who looks kind of very similar to you, actually.
I see.
Which is probably why people have been making so many comparisons to you.
Yes.
But the full story is a bit complicated. But in summation, this person had this substance that was able to split different parts of a being into separation.
Yes.
And I suppose it affected different people differently, but in her case, it split her into the good and evil parts, which, as you can imagine, didn't go super well.
Yes.
And it eventually evolved into, again, kind of a long story. I don't know the full extent of it, but there was this other demon guy called Malafar. But he was like possessing a different guy, and like me and like a little pal of mine kind of wiped his memory at one point. It was a whole thing, but he'd set up this like fetch quest basically,
Yes.
and it involved her ending up with a lot of knowledge that she shouldn't probably have had. That eventually evolved into her becoming what she is now, which is like, I don't know. I guess I'd call it like a separate thing to what she ever was before. I don't know if she would consider herself the same person or not, but
Right.
once you cross that barrier, people don't tend to stay very similar to how they used to be. But she's a
Yes.
knowledge demon, basically. Her domain is based on gathering and consuming knowledge.
Right, and that's the same thing that's watching and apparently possessing me, yes?
I believe so, yes.
Intriguing. Um, I did have some secondary questions, which are unrelated, mostly, I assume. Just mainly about the nature of souls. I'm especially about the destruction. I'm intrigued by as if someone can survive it, or damage to a souls, or anything.
I don't know if we've ever had, to my knowledge, damage done to a soul. I've seen souls be destroyed.
Yes.
The first time, well, I guess second time. I don't remember the first time these worlds happened. Nobody does, I don't think. But the second time, I guess technically,
Yes.
another a friend of mine, Kiyomi, who I don't believe you've met,
I don't
or
think
maybe you
so.
did meet briefly. I don't remember. No, I don't think you have. Yeah, destroyed it was kind of Malifar. It was kind of not Malifar. It was also kind of the possessed Malifar. I kind of forget. It was a long time ago.
I
But
see.
destroyed Malifar's soul, but that was by throwing it to the void. So we didn't see
Hmm.
really what happened to the soul. But after
Yes.
that, once I killed Malifar, this was before we had lives and stuff. After that, when I killed Malifar, it's a long story as to why, but he needed killing at the time. After I killed him, he did not come back. I did not seem able to come back until he was gifted another soul in the next world, presumably by the vestiges.
I see.
But that's the only cases I've seen souls be destroyed is via things like throwing them into the void or, putting them in lava and stuff, like stuff that destroys the soul pretty instantaneously. So I'm not sure, like, if you destroyed a soul in a way that leaves the soul itself, I don't know what you'd see in that case. I don't know
Right.
what would happen. Maybe it explodes. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's fine.
So maybe to some extent there is some way of coming back then?
I suppose so, yeah. I don't see why not. I mean, I suppose this partially also depends on, like, the person's biology. Like, even if I didn't have a soul, if I was killed here, I don't think I'd be dead. I just would be a bit stuck, I think. But,
Yes.
for standard human, I think probably wouldn't be ideal. But I don't know. It would be interesting. I'm not sure exactly. It's a bit confusing to me what these vestiges are doing with these souls. To my sort of semi understanding of it, they are just a way to like tie our souls, our personal souls, whatever they are, to a physical form,
Yes.
so that even if we die, we are able to come back.
I see. It's very interesting.
Mm,
Thank you.
of course, but I don't really know, like, mechanically what they're made of. They seem to mimic the form of whatever item they take, but I don't know if they have more of a technical aspect within them or if they're powered by something. I'm sure they must be powered by some sort of magical or techno-mechanical energy, but what that is, I wouldn't know.
Yes. Well, I'm sure it's worth investigation.
Mhm. Yes, I think some people have been interested in looking into the more technical aspects of what they are and how they work.
Yes. It's something I've been considering.
I mean, despite your occasional visitor, I do think knowledge is always good, right? It's always good to know things. So finding out
Yes.
more is always of a benefit to us, especially if we're now aiming to think about getting out of here.
Yes, I would agree. I'll update
I'm
you if I
curious
find
to.
anything.
Please do, yes. I'd be interested to know. I haven't made much moves towards it myself because I'm kind of interested to see what other people do with it. And I feel like my situation is a little bit different. So
Perhaps.
maybe I would have a bit of a. Maybe I wouldn't be the best test subject for these sort of things, but
No, perhaps not.
yeah. But it's interesting to see what the rest of you are going to do with it.
Yes. Now that you mention it, there are different species that it might be worth testing on. Oh, that's all.
What's it called? Midday Sun? Oh, this
Yes.
reminds me of something.
Yes, it was a racehorse I saw when I was probably 9, I think.
Good name.
Yes. Uh, well, I've been meaning to ask Alabaster about those sigils. Do you think he might be amiable to my presence after the previous week?
He might be a little bit wary, but
Yes.
I suppose you might have to build that trust back up a little bit.
I guess so. Although I don't have any purpose of killing him, so.
Well, his assumption of your purpose and your actual purpose are two different things.
Yes, perhaps if I explain myself, then it'll be all fine.
Perhaps so. Hello, other invisible person.
Oh, I'm sure that's of no issue.
I'm sure not.
Good
Hi.
day. Oh,
Take care. Oh. My effects. Can I help you? Milk? I don't have milk. I have cows, if you have a bucket.
I don't know where Neo is, sorry.
That's okay. I'm just waiting.
Alright.
Can I help you too?
Hello.
Hello. Yes, I had a few things I wanted to discuss with you.
All right. Is this material of a sensitive nature?
More scientific.
All
but
right, then.
It might be more sensitive.
I suppose you're in the right place. Did you need something?
I was just wondering, would you mind if I stuck around for science, or would you prefer that be an alone thing?
I would prefer to discuss it in confidence.
Okay. Alright.
We appreciate your security on the matter.
Right.
All right, this way. So, what is it you needed to discuss?
I intend to investigate a little bit more on souls.
All right.
And I'm still devising what it is I intend to do exactly, but presently I am thinking of cutting my own open.
I see. Are your associates aware of this plan?
Not yet.
Do you intend
I'm
on?
not sure if they would be happy about it
Mm.
in case of it going awry, but I'm very keen on finding out what's inside of mine.
Well, I certainly understand that impulse.
Yes.
Well, if you need materials or lab space, I'm happy to provide. I can repair the space that I initially used for my examination of the shard, if you'd like.
Yes, that would be useful.
Yeah.
That's mainly why I came to you. You have far better facilities than I do yet.
Yeah, I missed home.
Yes, that's understandable. I might need to start some kind of construction soon. I can't say I miss home, but I do miss work.
I understand that, yeah. For me, they're one and the
Yes.
same.
Yes, I suppose they would be. That's all. I just thought I would let you know ahead of time so I don't just turn up here with my soul in hand.
I appreciate that, I suppose. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Of course. I figured I should inform you a little more of intentions. Given I cannot inform you of what we're doing with the rest of the souls, I can at least inform you what I intend to do with mine. If that builds some kind of research trust.
I believe it does, yes.
Yes.
Good research
Excellent.
is built on an equal exchange of information. While I understand the need for secrecy to some degree, I just don't understand what you could possibly be doing with them that's so impossible for the rest of us to understand.
Problem is, I almost don't understand either.
So
If
you're...
I am to share it at any point, I need to know more first.
I suppose that's fair. You want to make sure your conclusions are in order before you're asked to present them.
Yes.
Speaking, well, I suppose not speaking of anything in particular,
Mhm.
since you've already been informed of the nature of your observer, I suppose it would not be too much of a violation of any confidence agreements if I were to bring that up as well. Are you aware of what
No,
they
I don't
left
believe so.
in my room?
I do not believe so. Ah, I see.
Yeah.
Somewhat unnerving.
To some degree, although the sentiment is certainly appreciated. I should probably be more upset that my private space was violated and my logs were observed despite warnings against unauthorized personnel viewing them, but I had mentioned how much it was sort of lonely without the feeling of my scientists watching me, I suppose. I'm so used to going observed in my just daily goings-on back in my lab, considering I'm, cutting-edge development and all. They're always paying attention to what I'm doing. Behavioral studies, at least, loves to watch me
Yes.
do absolutely nothing.
Mm.
And I had mentioned how I missed that feeling, and when I came back to my room one day, I was met with this, which I'm not sure if it was meant to be a warning or an attempt to make me feel better, but it was sort of appreciated nonetheless. I believe it was
Well,
a little misguided and perhaps speaks to a degree of not really understanding people very well, but neither do I.
mm,
So I'm not sure if your demon is aware of what goes on around you, or if you have to directly convey information, but regardless, I guess I wanted to thank it for the
right.
gesture.
I believe it sees what I see, so I suppose it's receiving this information.
All right, then.
From what I've heard of it, this seems in character, I suppose. It doesn't seem like it takes anything particularly seriously.
Which there's merit to, I suppose. If, it's important to have leisure and find joy. I suppose balance is also important. A
Mm,
measure of both, perhaps. But, well, to be
I don't think
perfectly
I've quite
blunt,
learned that art.
you're quite serious. So I suppose having the whimsy of your guest perhaps might
Yes,
not go
as
amiss.
unpleasant as it is to get possessed.
Does it hurt?
No, it's somewhat unnerving because I don't recall anything. I don't
Mm,
seem to go anywhere, I just seem to stop existing.
disorienting, I imagine, for someone not used to that kind of thing.
Yes, it's somewhat akin to, well, I could be walking out of this lab and then I could just blink and I would be somewhere else entirely.
Well, I do understand that feeling. If hard as it may be to believe, that's pretty much exactly what it feels like when I'm shut down for maintenance or something like that. Usually I'm not
Oh,
moved
I see.
anywhere, but
Mm,
I go offline and then I wake up and I have no idea how much time has passed because my chronometer was disabled. So it could have been days, weeks even, and I would have no idea until someone told me. So I'm not sure how much you value the use of commiseration, but your feeling is shared in any case. You're not the only one who's ever felt that.
I see. Well, that's good to know. I'm going
And
to leave now. I have things to
of
do.
course. And
What were you going to say?
just that if feel free to take any advice I give with a grain of salt on this matter, as the occult is not something I have extensive experience with. It's a bit outside my wheelhouse, frankly. But I do have
Yes.
experience with not being the only one in your body. So my advice on that front is that communication is going to be your most important tool to both of you, frankly, if your demon is paying attention. I understand that I can't personally speak on your dynamics. I don't know exactly what it's like for you, what the goal of it is, or any of that, but the best way to get anything done is to just keep an open line with each other.
I see. Perhaps I shall. I'm yet to interact with it.
Well, considering it's sometimes takes possession of your body, that may be something you want to do.
Yes. Perhaps I should open a line of communication. I should perhaps just leave a notebook out or two.
Something like that, yeah. Just give it the opportunity at the very least. It's possible it has
Yes.
lots to say to you and you've just never given it the chance.
I'm not even sure I want to hear from it.
Well, there is that.
Yes. But it would be very insightful.
And perhaps you could reach some sort of agreement, in any case, to try to ease that feeling of discomfort that comes with having your body moved without your say-so.
Yes.
But yes, thank you for informing me of your intentions with your soul. I appreciate your honesty, and I apologize for any accusations I may have made last time. I understand where you were coming from. I understand humans' inclination to panic when their plans go awry, so I don't blame you for that. I still wish that I had just been given the opportunity to come to an agreement without getting caught up in all of the violence, but I respect the necessity of it from your perspective.
Yes. I shall consider that if we run into a similar scenario.
Thank you.
Of course.
Goodbye. Oh,
Bye.
there you go. Goodbye.